Hi guys! Welcome to Drifters. My name is Hikaru and I am your DM for the night. It's been a while. I think, kind of. Yeah, we've had a lot of stuff going on. Mostly I've been sick. So yeah, introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Zayo. I play Savor, our Zabrak pilot and professional coward who's been conned into a race by a princess.
I still can't believe you fell for it. I'm Sho. I play Rasan, who is the party slicer and former NEET, who is apparently trying to reconnect with his family. We'll see how that goes.
And I'm Garnbreak1. I play Princess Tesavia Torktailstar, rightful heir to the throne of Offsgarden, and
I made the team! Hi, I am Lee. I play Harani. She's a purple Twi'lek, and she's also in this speeder bike race because it seemed a better idea to be conned by the princess than to let the princess steal the bikes.
no, that's fair.
True.
Mm-hmm.
So last we left off, Rasan was at his aunt's home, trying to connect there. And the rest of the team was trying to figure out what's going on with the speeder bike races. I think first of all, you guys will probably need to discover where the speeder bikes races are happening.
Yes, but before we leave the ship, Savor is going to get changed into clothes that aren't as recognizable because we already know that these fucking races are shown on the HoloNet, and I don't want to deal with that.
I also need to find a helmet.
You may both want to consider getting helmets.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I kind of
Okay.
figure there's at least some shit floating around on our ship.
Actually, I do have a helmet. I just don't wear it, so I just have to go get it from the inside the ship. So.
Okay. So Hirani gets her helmet. Savor changes clothes. I'm guessing you're keeping your goggles.
Yep. Goggles stay with Savor.
Savor does not have a helmet.
No.
So we'll see about that. So yeah. How about you guys give me a gather information check to see if you can suss out where this race is happening. All right. So someone in the party is definitely used to finding underground stuff.
It's not Savor's first rodeo.
No. Savor is just usually not the one racing.
Oh God, no. I mean, she's probably watched these before or fixed bikes for people afterwards for money, but
Afterwards or before, you never know.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, and you find it. It's the building that there's a building located at the edge of town, closer to one of the closer canyons to the city, and they have the information there about speed bike racing. And they have a holo terminal with information on the races. There is a race this evening, the last race of the week.
Is this like like an annual event kind of thing, or is it just routine?
Nope. Yeah, it's more routine.
Okay.
It's the local races. They have like 3 races set up during like each week. So kind of think Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, they've got races going on.
All right.
And it's not actually that underground. Like it seems to be sanctioned, or at least partially sanctioned by the city.
Tolerated.
Except, yeah, it's more tolerated. Like, yeah, they're not gonna help you cover. Like, you're going in by your own thing, and if you get killed there, well, that's your problem.
It's the
You're
circus
waving.
It's the circus part of bread and circuses as far as the Empire is concerned here.
Yeah, it keeps people happy. It doesn't really harm anyone besides the drivers, generally.
And the occasional, bystander.
Yeah. Most of the race itself happens out in the plains, so that's why it's basically tolerated, because it's like it's not interacting with the city. It's not going to be putting the city in any danger. And yeah, there's an entry fee of 1,000 credits. And first place gets 10,000. Second place gets 5,000. Third place gets 2,000.
Tess is gonna hand Savor 1,000 credits.
Yeah, Savor takes it because Tess conned her into this. She can fucking pay.
Good luck.
You know, I do hate you.
Not too late to let me do it.
Not gonna happen.
You know, hate's a bad thing. That's what our friend told us.
It doesn't change my feelings whatsoever. Nice try.
Embrace serenity.
You're
That's
one to talk. I've seen you fight.
Tess just has like a huge goofy grin on her face.
Well, we get signed up.
All right, so you pay with Tessa's money, Hirani. Where are you paying out of pocket?
Yeah, I have that much money on me, so
I
All right.
do-
want money.
I do have one question that we should probably cover now. Savor, what name are you signing up under?
She is not signing up with her name.
What's your alias? Is it Red? Because you got red skin? Please?
No.
Is
That
it
is
corny?
No. Oh my god.
Grumpy?
Grumpy.
No.
Grumpy.
Oh, I should have filled out the forms for her. I could have signed her up as Grumpy.
No, she honestly at least makes a name slightly similar to her own, so she can, if someone calls her that, she'll react to it.
Kuvor
Okay.
de Ross?
Hmm?
Kuvor de Ross.
No.
Swapping the first and last name. First and last letters.
That's so fucking dumb and you know it.
Severe. Severe.
Severe.
Yeah, that's a Zabrak name.
I was, for fuck's sake, I'll just type it because you guys are being shits. I can't get a word in.
Sorry.
Is it savage?
No!
Savage.
What about Savvy?
Mauler.
Yeah,
So
fine.
Hirani
Soval.
is signing up as Alima Nola.
Yeah. Or Lama, but whatever.
Alima. Okay.
I
And
have a whole list of Twi'lek names.
Cool. And
Oh my
Sofri.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
wanted it at least similar enough that she'd react to it if someone called her that.
I was hoping for Red.
It's not gonna be red. That's so fucking stupid.
Okay.
Hold on.
You guys sign up and you notice that you're just in time because like that was like they have 10 people per race and you guys are like number 9 and 10.
Damn it.
And the race is happening in half an hour, so you have half an hour to prep.
How
What do you wanna
lanes
do?
are we talking? Can we see the entire track from the stands, I guess is the question.
No, you cannot. There are apparently droids that are televising this.
Okay.
So the stands do have like screens that are showing the areas that you cannot see from the stands.
And a giant holo map and all that stuff.
Yeah, there's like a giant holo map of the whole race circuit, and the stands are basically located where it begins / ends.
Okay.
Savor is going to look at Tess and be like, do you want to help me try and find a helmet at least that'll fit?
Yeah, sure. And then we might be able to tape one of these communicators to the side of your helmet so I can, tell you
No.
stuff.
No. I'm not risking being distracted by your annoying voice. Nice try.
My voice is perfectly soothing and honed by the princessly ways of Lost Garden people. Thank you
No.
very much.
That Lost Garden accent, it's just something else.
Yeah, it's very tinny. Savoy has been keeping these speeders kept up. I think they're fine.
All right.
I mean, she fixed them up a while ago.
Before you left. I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
You
but
have been using them to go back and forth to the.
Yeah.
it couldn't hurt to give them a rundown. Like,
Oh yeah, we can do that. We have half an hour.
All right.
Find a helmet and look over the speeder bikes. We've got half an hour.
Okay. So is that all you're doing?
I mean, that's what Savor's gonna do. Helmet, possibly,
Ronnie wants
and
to look at the other competitors. Is that
Okay.
possible?
That's something you can do. All right. So finding a helmet is not too hard. A bit harder to find one that actually fits a Zabrak.
yeah.
Luckily, your horns are not that big, so you find one that, fits the horns well enough, and that only costs you like, I'd say 500 credits.
Tess will cover that too.
Okay.
All right. So give me a mechanics check. All right. So you fine tune the two, and that pretty much gets you, like, you're pretty busy with that for most of the half an hour. Hirani, you go and check out the competition. There's 8 pilots. They all look like they know what they're doing. They look comfortable, not nervous. You get the feeling these guys have done this for quite a while. Give me, I guess you could, depends on you if you want to do it like gather information and talk to people, or just perception and look at them.
Let's try gather information. My bonus is higher. Let's see.
Yes, you can buy yourself a helmet.
Bitchin'. Thank you.
Oh, come on. Fine.
Okay. Yeah, people don't seem to like, these guys are kind of close knit in terms of like they're the regulars, and they aren't all that chatty with the upstart who just suddenly signed up last minute for the race.
It's a helmet.
They do seem to be like not at all concerned about the possibility of you guys winning. They're like, well, they know the track, they know the circuit so well, and you guys have never run it, so you get the feeling that they're pretty used to it and have no issues there.
Oh well. I guess I go back and I relay that much to Savor.
I mean, that isn't much of a surprise, but I mean, I don't expect us to win. I just don't want these bikes destroyed.
All right, so while they're doing that, you bought your helmet. Tess, I'm assuming you have something you want to do before the race starts.
I'd like to, survey the track just on the holo map and look for any spots that look particularly tricky to race through.
Okay.
Would I be able to do that with knowledge tactics, or?
Yeah, you could do it tactics.
All right. There it is. I hit cancel because I'm a damn fool.
All right. Well.
Diggity.
She is not used to racing.
No, you're not. And possibly not used to holovids and the whole transparent
That's
blue.
probably the bigger issue, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you can. I mean, it looks fine.
There's a curve somewhere in there. Be careful.
Yeah, there's a couple curves. Like it goes into a couple of like canyon-y areas that might be a thing. It's kind of hard to tell what terrain is difficult or not, just because it's all blue and it all looks the same on the holo projector. And while you're looking at that, you also hear in the background people starting to they're finishing up their bids for betting.
No shit.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, I would like to go bet.
Oh God. I was
Thank you for
hoping
the
he would
reminder.
forget. I was hoping he was gonna forget.
I was like, yeah, is there anything you want to do before the race? He's like, yeah, no, I was going for that, but yes.
Yeah, okay. I would like to. What do the odds look like?
The odds for Hirani and Savora's first timers are 5 to 1
5 to 1.
that they'll
okay.
win first place.
Okay. I'll do 1,000 on Savor, 100
Okay.
on Hirani, and 34 on a
No.
random competitor
Okay.
on a name that I probably can't pronounce. So.
Yeah. Oh, why would Rasan want to curse? Yeah. All right. So you place your bets, and actually, what was her name? I should have opened this before.
Also, Sparrow, you're hilarious.
The other group that is tagging along, Dash.
Mm-hmm.
It was Dash, right? Dash.
Yes.
Dash.
Dash, and there
His
was...
name is Dash.
Dash is going to bet 500 on Savor.
He's gonna lose his money.
And Savor's friend is also going to bet 500 on Savor.
Liray.
I know it was an L, but I am opening the file with all the NPC names right now.
I'm sorry, when I first read that, all I could think of was Fart Goblin.
Leela.
Jeez.
I'm
Leela,
sorry.
the
That was the first thing that came to my mind.
Cart
Now
Foblin.
It's gonna be Fart Goblin for the rest of the game.
Fart Goblin.
That's what came to my mind. I'm sorry.
If Fart Goblin doesn't win, I'm gonna be so upset.
I hope you guys use the assumed names and not their actual names because they didn't actually sign up under their
Yes.
actual name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just easier to put down their actual names here.
All right,
Yeah.
so Savor rejected your idea. Does try and pitching it for Hirani? Tess?
I guess I could.
Hey, Hironi, if we tape a communicator to the side of your helmet, I'll be able to, help feed you tactical information from up in the stands. Would you like that?
Would that give me a bonus to anything, Karu?
It
If
might.
It might. Oh, I suppose it couldn't hurt. Just if I tell you that I need to concentrate, I need to concentrate. So, yeah, quiet, please.
Alright.
Basically, if I tell you to shut up, shut up.
Yeah, that works so well historically for Tess.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
Hirani doesn't know this.
I would like to mesh tape a communicator to the side of her helmet.
All right, give me a mechanics check.
God, this is gonna work so well.
It's gonna fall off halfway through the race.
What? No, Tess is great at mechanics. Tess knows how to use mesh tape. I have a 3 in this skill.
Holy shit.
Wow. You
Wow.
do.
That was actually pretty good.
So apparently she's from Space Canada and knows how to use duct tape.
Doesn't everyone know how to use duct tape? It's universal.
If it moves and it
You'd be
shouldn't,
surprised.
duct tape. If it doesn't move and it should, WD-40.
Canadians don't use tools, they use duct tape.
That's pretty much universal.
All right, so that's pretty much all you guys do for prepping for the race, and you take your speeder bikes out to the beginning. So we're going to be running this as a skill challenge with those small things that you guys have done affecting what can happen later. The difficulty of the skill challenge, you will need 9 successes before 3 failures. But because of the fact that this is a race, the successes and failures are going to work a bit differently. The way to win first place is getting 9 successes with 0 failures. Having 1 failure will mean you come in second place. If you have 2 failures, you come in third place. And depending on when you get your third failure, you'll either come in whenever, like 5th or something. Or if it's too early on, then you basically crash and burn. However, there are ways to recover from failures. All right, so there's 2 things. If you succeed on a skill check by 10 or more, you get 2 successes instead of 1. And if you succeed on a skill check by 5 or more, you can forfeit that success in exchange for removing a failure. So if you do well enough on a check, instead of just counting it as a success, you can instead decide to take off a failure. As well, in the second phase of the race, you can push your speeder to the limit, and instead of, like, whenever you'd actually fail a check, you can choose to instead move the speeder down the condition track, which will mean whatever the condition track is will affect any skill challenge rolls after that, but at least you won't be failing. So those are the ways that you have to either remove a failure or avoid a failure to stay in first place. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna fail this race so bad.
Okay, I typed everything out so I understand it all. Okay, good. Sorry,
Oh,
I was
okay.
typing as I was listening because I
Mhm.
wanted to make sure I understood it all.
Okay. Primary skills, we've got initiative, perception, knowledge tactics, pilot, mechanics, deception, and anything else you can think of during the race that would make sense to use. You just pitch it to me and you can roll it. Any questions?
No.
I think I'm good.
So I can basically just aid Hirani then?
Yeah, you can use either perception or knowledge tactics, for example, to give her tips, and that will basically give Hirani a +2 to her next checks.
Cool. But if I fail those rolls, it doesn't count towards the fail count?
No,
Okay, cool.
no, it wouldn't. Because you're aiding her. You're not you're not doing the, like, primary things.
Sounds good.
And yeah, there's probably going to be other things going on during the race, but all right. So you guys all prep up at the beginning of the track and rev up your engines. And in this case, I may actually be giving you guys at certain points asking for certain roles just because of whatever's going on.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to do this necessarily in initiative, since it's just you two. Well, plus Tess. But basically, you guys can go in whatever time. There's one other thing that I will point out. If either Tess or Hirani or Savor wish to help each other, you can also do that. So you could forfeit getting a success to aid the other speeder to get ahead, either by running interference or whatever. So that is something you can also do. You do not necessarily have to both win first place, obviously, because that's not how it works. So if at any point, like, you decide you're gonna not aim for first, you could also be helping the other person to have a better chance.
Okay.
And obviously, while it is frowned upon, you get the feeling that not everyone's going to be playing fair.
Oh God, no! I didn't expect that to begin with.
Yeah.
So yeah, there may be like you don't know what's going on because you didn't roll very high on that, but
Yeah, I got that much.
okay. So
Oh,
what we'll
God.
do? Oh man, Savor, you are looking very, very injured.
She changed her clothes. She looks fine now. She's just tired, probably.
Yeah, well, hopefully you don't, crash and burn and die
Oh,
in
yeah.
the process.
Yeah.
That would be bad.
Okay. So what we'll do is we'll
Why are
do
there two
the
Hiranis?
what?
Yeah,
Where's the other?
because Harani was never taken off the board with Tess
Okay.
last time, so.
Oh, boop. They're gone.
Oh.
I don't think I'll need Tess.
Am I still condition tracked, by the way? That was a -1 previously.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
You haven't done anything to get off the condition track, so.
Does
Should
that
have
mean
gotten laid.
Sephora is
That
still
would have done it.
condition tracked?
Pardon?
Was-
She
was
didn't. She never actually went down on the condition track because she took small amounts of damage over time.
Oh, okay, because I was like, that would be really bad.
No, she never actually took large enough amounts to go down on the condition track. She just took a
So
lot of
she's
smaller
just
attacks.
wounded. She's
Yeah.
just wounded. Okay. Okay, so what we'll do is green button. So the green this thing here will be for successes. This will be for failures.
Okay.
And we'll keep track of that there.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And condition track, you can track it on your sheet. So in the case that you do that, just make sure you actually pull it down. But it'll be on your sheet because that'll affect, you're basically rolling your skills.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we're gonna start the race, and I would suggest starting with an initiative check.
All right.
Okay,
Though
let's do
though
this.
you could totally do a perception check to see how the rest start up.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, my perception is shittier than my initiative.
I'll do.
Yeah,
a
I'd
perception
rather
check
do
to-
initiative.
All right. Okay.
Job similar.
All right. So you did perception. All right. So Savor, you get a great start, and you can mark one success
Okay.
as you pull ahead of the others as the race starts. Hirani, you're not quite ready for it and a bit nervous about this, and you do not get ahead of the initial crowd. So you're falling behind the initial spurt.
That failure?
That is a failure.
Shit.
Tess, you don't see anything particular in terms of the race starting, except a lot of dirt.
Okay.
All the dirt.
All the dirt. Yeah, that's the problem with doing like races in like desert areas. As soon as they leave, it's like all you see is cloud, and for the first bit, there's not much to see but cloud, and you're like coughing because it's getting into the stands as they leave the initial area.
All right.
So you begin the race. The beginning is straight and it goes straight out into the plains, and then it bends and dips into a narrow trench up ahead. Savor, you're in the first position, so you managed to get to the narrower part with no issues. Hirani, you're behind, and you can already see that there's like the bikes either have to stop, like slow down to not crash, or one even veers off in front of you because it was either that or crash into the others because only two bikes fit in this trench. So what do you guys want to do?
Can I give a knowledge tactics roll to try and give her some tips about positioning going into this?
Sure. Go ahead.
All right. I think I would just keep this open, but I am a fool, so I did not.
All right. So yeah, you switch from looking at the bunch of dust in front of you to the screen and notice what's going on, and you use the comm to communicate with Hirani to let her know.
Yeah, tell her that one of the racers looks a little bit hesitant, and she can probably cut it in front of him, and yeah.
Okay.
That kind of
So
thing.
that'll give you a +2, Hirani, to your next check.
All right. Harani's going to. She's going to cut in front of the hesitant one in front of her, lay on the speed, and go in for the gap in front of her and hope that is big enough. Is that piloting?
Yeah. Yep. Give me a piloting check.
With the speeder bikes, we have a +5.
Oh, that's good. I put a plus in there. Fuck it.
You rolled a 19 on the die, though.
Yeah,
19.
that would be a success. So you managed to cut in front of the other and speed into the trench with no problem. That would be a success.
With the +2, I think that's a 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 37, including the +2 from Tess.
Nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
I'm actually not sure for this race you're going to be using the +5 though.
Oh, well.
It'll just be a straight piloting check.
Okay.
But yeah, you're good. So you get 1 success. Actually,
For
you should probably be, because it takes, so what is actually your roll? Would be 19, 21, 30, 32. That would actually give you 2 successes.
2 successes. Can I negate the 1 failure I have then?
You may, yeah. So you'd have 1 success, 0 failures.
Should probably note that I have 1 success. That'd be good. Yeah.
Just hover over the green and then press 1.
I was doing that and then it didn't do anything and I was like, fuck that.
Oh.
So.
Okay. All right. So Savor, what are you up to?
Okay, so I'm ahead at this point. No one in front of me. Can I just... I've never been on this track before. I really don't know what's ahead of me. Can I just do a perception to try and see what would be the best way to move through here?
Go for it.
Do I want to re-roll that? Damn it, I hate when it's exactly in the middle. No, I'm going to keep it, even if it's a fail. I don't want to risk getting even... no, fuck it.
So is that not re-roll or are you re-rolling?
I'm not re-rolling.
All right. That would be a fail.
Yeah. Okay.
There is a lot of dust in this trench, and it's kind of hard to see, and everything is going by fast.
You do also have force points, keep that in mind.
You do?
That is true. I always forget those exist. Damn
Yep.
it. Okay. Thanks for the reminder, at least.
All right, so the trench continues, and it is still pretty narrow, but it does open up slightly so that the drivers can kind of, get ahead of each other. However, there are quite a few spikes jutting up from the ground that you have to avoid. Or, crash
I would
into.
like to try and figure out a good path to get through there for Hirani.
Okay, that would be, in this case, I would say perception.
Okay. Okay. My voice in no way cracked. Everybody shut up. Fuck is perception?
If somebody
Okay.
told me to roll a perception check, my voice would crack.
Okay, you are 1 off.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah, that was so close. Yeah, it's hard to tell, and the problem is the lag between you looking at the map and it's like there's a spike ahead of you and the spike's already passed. So Hirani, you hear chatter coming from the comm, but it's mostly distracting you because it's like, yeah, I see it. It's by the time you said that, I'm almost crashing into it.
I'll be. Somebody's knocking on my door. I'll be right back. Damn it!
That's a lot of distraction.
Not to mention the crowd background noise around Tess.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably not helping either.
I will say, because it is still a 20, Tess, you look down as out of the corner of your eye, you notice that a group of individuals seem to be leaving the stands and heading towards the track.
How individuals are we talking? Do they look like hoodlums, or do they look like they're trying to start shit, I guess?
Really sorry. Back. Okay.
They do.
Okay, well,
They look like they're up to something, and that something is not good.
Is Dash with me?
Dash is with you, yes.
Oh god. Alright, I'm going to tap him on the shoulder, point down there, and go,
That looks bad, and I'm gonna have to go see what's going on there. Can you come with me?
Yeah, sure. Of course I'll come with you. You think I'm going to let you go alone after some shady-looking guys? Let's go see what's up.
and Tess is gonna go down there and see what's up.
All right. So Hirani, next check. What are you up to?
All right. So she's trying to avoid the spikes. So she actually
How do you want to avoid the spikes?
deftly she is going to slow down her speed. I hope she makes it up later. I don't know the parts of the bike, so I'm assuming she has vents in the side, and she like lets the vents cool out to cool down the bike, and like just slows down. She knows she's gonna lose speed, but I don't know what kind of
Okay.
check it would be.
I was actually going to suggest an acrobatics check to kind of like use your body to avoid the spikes. Or if you want to try something with the speeder bike and going that way, you could use a mechanics check to kind of like on the
Acrobatics
run.
is good. She could slow the bike down and then start using her body to start piloting the bike more. That could also
Yeah.
work.
Okay.
Instead of the actual controls on the bike. Acrobatics is good because I have a better bonus in that too. Oh, please be higher, please be higher, please be higher. Oh God!
Okay, that's another failure. And yeah, it slows down, and like you start and it starts to wobble because you slowed down too much as you banked with your body, and you're not used to this kind of like on the run, and you nearly fall off your bike, and that is another failure.
Fuck.
And you fall behind as you try to, get yourself back in the seat properly.
We just can't win. We just can't win. We win one, and then we fail one, and then we win one, and then we fail one.
You surviving over there, Karu? I heard coughing. Also, if you're talking, you're muted.
Am I?
There you are.
I forgot to make tea before the session.
Good job.
All right. So, you, Savor, you fell back a bit last turn, didn't you?
You didn't say anything about falling back.
Well,
but
you got a
okay.
failure. Yeah, you got a failure.
Yeah.
So one or two people got in front of you, and now both of you are dealing with quite a lot of dust in the air or sand. Not a problem for your eyes because you have goggles on. However, it is making it a lot more difficult to see where those spikes are coming up.
Mm-hmm. Damn it. I need to get in front of these guys. Fuck. hate stuff like this. I don't know what the fuck to do. Savor, she... Like, how badly is the visibility? Because she wants to try and get in front of these fuckers, because trying to deal with the dust is being a pain. If she can get ahead of them, there's no more dust to deal with as much.
Word.
Okay, you could try a piloting check to get a burst of speed from your bike to get ahead of them.
Okay. I think I'm going to try that because I'd rather be ahead of them and not have to deal with so much dust messing
Yep.
with my vision. So no +5, correct?
Just a straight piloting check. Okay, you succeed. And that's one more success. And
Okay.
you manage to at least get up neck to neck with them, so there's less dust in your face. And it is easier to maneuver around the spikes.
Okay.
Hirani, you're further back. You do have quite a bit of a cloud going on now, and visibility is getting pretty poor.
Yeah, she's just gonna try and catch up by putting on as much speed as she can. With a because piloting is like my best skill at this moment, and I'm gonna lose if I don't catch up.
All right.
So she's gonna throttle the bike. Is that what you call it on speeders, guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
They're just motorbikes. Just without wheels.
All right. I don't know. I've crashed so many things and so many of these damn things in Battleground. So I never want to see another one of these again. God damn it! I
Oh my
cannot
God.
win.
Yeah, that's another failure as you try pushing forward and then nearly crashing into a spike immediately that suddenly looms in front of you, and you swerve to the right, managing to avoid it narrowly, but you need to slow down to not then crash into the wall. And a couple more bikes pass you by.
Fucking hate this fucking race. It's the same thing as the giant thing, which I also hated.
All right, Tess, you're following these people. They are going out into the desert area. They're slinking along, trying to, not be seen by the recorder drones that have the race, that are televising the race. Which is not that hard when you're on foot, because they're concentrating on the racetracks themselves, and these guys are going along outside of them. But you're gonna have to make sure that they don't spot you.
Okay. Well, I will act sneaky and keep one hand on my vibroblades. I make this stealth check.
Not
Six.
very sneaky.
That's a nat 1.
Oh, God.
Well, you can't from that one a skill
That's
check,
true.
but that was pretty low. And yeah, you're going forward being all sneaky, but you're not used to this area, and you're concentrated on them. And you dislodge a bunch of pebbles that go crackling down into the trench. And they look back and spot you.
Hello.
And
Is this
they
a good
don't
place?
look too happy.
Is this a good place to watch the race from?
You're not supposed to be here, miss. You should go back to the stands.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that this was a restricted area. I'll go back
Yep.
to the stands.
Totally restricted. I'm just gonna see if they spot Dash. Dash, where's your sheet? Oh, he's trained in perception and stealth. So that means he has a +5, +7. Stealth is Dex, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So he has a +7. And I'll just roll it on Roll20. All right, they do not spot Dash. He ducks behind a corner as they turn to talk to Tess. All right.
Well,
Yes.
Tess is gonna try and find somewhere where in the stands where she can still kind of see what's going on down there, but
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, at least you know where they're heading, so you can keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
So there is that. Okay, so back to the race. The trench is opening up, and you leave the narrow area full of spikes and come out onto more open field. That helps with the dust in the air, for those that are not in the front, because it has more area to, vent to the sides. However, this is still a canyon. It's just a lot wider, and there is a lot of twists and turns. So you can't see very much ahead now because there's a lot of like winding passage. So Savor, you're in the front.
Oh, sorry. I'm used to Harani going first.
No,
What?
you've been going first.
Yeah, you've been going first. I only went
Mm.
first like one turn.
You normally go after. Oh, whatever. Sorry. Fuck.
I mean, if Hirani knows what she wants to do, she can go first. Like, we're not stuck in order.
Do you know what you want to do?
No, I have no idea.
Okay.
Okay,
Tess is... Sorry, go ahead.
So at this point, Savor is pretty close to a few of the people, right?
Yeah, you're kind of neck to neck with the people that are in front.
Okay. Considering we have some pretty tight corners, can I try and move ahead just a little bit to basically try and make it so the guy I'm beside either has to slow down to avoid hitting the wall or risk damaging his bike a little?
Okay. You could either do that as a deception, like to feint him towards the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could try a intimidation. Is that a skill or is it?
No.
Yeah, it's persuasion.
I'd rather try deception.
Okay, go for it. All right. So you managed to trick this guy, and he has to slow down to not run into a wall as you turn a corner, and that is a
Okay.
success. That was a success by 5. So if you want to, you can, instead of taking the success, you can remove a failure.
Yes, I would rather do that. Get rid of that damn failure.
I would like to attempt to, again, plot out a course for Hirani. Try and give her, like one
Left,
sequence
left,
of
right,
turns.
left.
Yeah, full Lost Woods shit.
You had trouble with Lost Woods.
Knowledge tactics?
Yep.
How do I keep suggesting it? Look at this one.
I mean, you could have done a perception check too, but.
Yeah, I did a perception check last time though. Can't do it twice in a row.
Okay, so not enough, and you're you're not getting the turns in time. Like, you're not used to doing this because of you're seeing a holovid, and she's obviously, there's a bit of a lag. So again, you're more confusing Hirani than helping her.
This is why Savor didn't want Tess in her ear.
Maybe Savor was on the right track there. Okay, Hirani, what are you gonna do? You have someone in your ear going, go left, right is next.
Ronnie's just doing her best to ignore the voice. At the same time, she's trying to get out of this damn place. It's like, it never ends. God, what can I do to get out of this damn place? I've got 2 failures already. I just don't want to explode.
Given what you're trying to do, I would say you could probably roll an endurance to avoid listening to what's going on in your ear and concentrate on the road ahead.
She just buckles down, just forces this voice out of her head, just focuses on the road ahead, and let's see. What? Oh god damn, I have a +10!
do have force points.
Use a force point.
I mean, it's a 1d6 on top of that. What's it gonna help?
If you get a 6, it might be enough.
It's gonna help
We don't know
between
what
1
the
and
DC
6.
are.
All right,
That's a
I got a
6.
6.
Okay, that is enough to not get a failure.
Yes.
All right, so you get a success. It is not enough to take down a failure, but you do get a success.
All right.
So you manage to concentrate enough to keep on the road, take the curves, but you're not quite pulling forward, but at least you're not falling behind. Or, crashing.
Yeah.
All right. Oh man, this is gonna get long. You guys only have 2 successes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Tess, you were concentrating on that. All right. So Dash is still following. I'm actually going to roll for him now, I guess, because he's on his own.
Sorry.
He trained in perception. He is. All right. Well, Dash is doing better. Tess, you hear him coming, hailing you on the communicator.
I'll switch it over to him then.
He's like, so these guys seem to be up to something. I think they're gonna try and interfere with the race somehow.
Ah, jeez. Okay, I'll come down and help you keep an eye on them. Hopefully they don't see me again.
Tess is
Alright.
gonna put the helmet on and head down there.
Okay. Star Wars tourists.
No, the Rebel Alliance isn't around yet.
All right. So back to the race. Savor, you're still in the windy passages.
Okay, so are there any guys in front of me or beside me at this point, or are they behind me?
They are just behind you. You
Okay.
are in the lead currently.
Okay, basically what I want to try and do is I don't want to give them space to pass me.
Mhm.
So how do I explain this? Basically when we're taking a turn, I want to keep it at least tight enough that they can't overpass me, but when we're in a straightaway, I just want to be able to move back and forth enough that they don't have space to get by me.
Right. Okay. So you can roll me an acrobatics for that.
Okay,
Okay.
that was a nat 20.
Cool. So yeah, you managed to keep cutting them off so that they cannot pass you. And you managed to stay in the lead, and that is, I believe, yep, that is 2 successes.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, she's got the most money riding on her.
Yeah.
Savor doesn't know about that.
Please win.
Please win.
I just don't want the bike to crash. Thank you very much.
Or screw up so badly, Cart Foblin wins.
Oh god, not Fart Goblin.
Okay, Hirani, you're falling behind again, and yeah, like, what are you up to?
All right, I'm behind her. What's the place where I am? What's it look like again?
You're falling towards the back. You've got maybe 6 people in front of you, and the rest are behind you.
All right, let's see. All right, what have I got? I'm trained in weird things. I suppose there isn't like a quiet or like a stealth mode on these speeders, right?
Not really, but given all the dust and stuff, you could try like hiding in that to not be spotted.
Because I mean, kind of what I want to do is like try and sneak up around a couple places where people aren't looking and maybe kind of like steal a couple spots in the race.
Okay. Yeah, you can do a stealth check.
Oh god. Don't
It's
keep
gonna
rolling
be
ass.
harder.
Don't keep rolling ass. Don't keep rolling ass.
Oh.
Yes!
You managed it. And you actually got enough that you could turn that one failure, you could remove a failure, or you can count it as a success.
Remove a failure.
Mm-hmm.
You're one away
Kinda
from
want-
losing.
Yeah, I'm going to remove a failure.
All right. So you remove a failure, and yeah, you managed to steal a couple spots, and you push forward and pass 2 people using the small the sand in the air as cover.
Yes.
All
My
right,
only
Tess.
stealthy character.
So you are going. You're a bit behind these other people and heading towards the tracks. Now that you're behind them, they kind of watched you go back to the stands, and you did get all the way to the stands, so they've kind of just forgotten about you.
All
They
right.
assume they got rid of you. So what do you want to do?
See what they're up to, I guess.
So
Right.
give me a perception check.
Can I use sense motive? No. Jesus Christ.
All right, you, because of you're behind in that, you're kind of not sure where they went. You went in the direction they went first and don't find them immediately.
Okay.
I will remind you that while you don't know where they are, Dash was following them, and you have him on your communicator. So
Dash, where'd they go?
where? Hold on a second.
This place is confusing. If my stage whispering loud enough.
Yes. I'm not sure where you are, but I'm at an outcropping. Just be careful when approaching. But yeah, one of the bigger outcrops before the last stretch. Yeah, he didn't see you either.
Okay. Tess is
You're
gonna
being
start
too sneaky.
heading towards around where the bracers will be coming from eventually. Then.
All right. Okay, Savor, the turns of the canyon have opened up into the actual plains. So there are no longer walls to either side. You realize this is going to mean everyone's going to be kicking up in speed and trying to just pass you because there's
Yeah.
a lot of space.
Yeah. No more maneuvering trying to block people as much.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, Savor at this point wants to just up her speed as well, because since she knows they're going to be upping it,
Mhm.
she wants to as well.
All right. So give me a piloting check.
Whoa, shit. That is really fucking low for her.
Have force points.
I think I'm gonna try using one, because I never use these, and also I'm really worried that's not gonna be enough to keep in the lead. So 25.
All right, 25 is enough. You get another success as you rev your engines and keep ahead of the pack. You can almost feel the victory.
No, she's just.
Hey,
She's
you're
not
past
worried.
halfway point.
Yeah, come
You
on.
She's
you
not
are
thinking about victory. She's thinking about just focusing.
you are officially past the halfway point of the race. So you're in phase 2 and can now choose to not take a failure and instead go down the condition track.
Okay.
All right, Hirani, you're still in the canyon.
All right.
People are starting to try and you notice up ahead one of the people is makes a sudden move, and one of the people that was ahead of you suddenly just crashes into the wall ahead, and there's a loud explosion and light in your vision.
Oh, I would like to try to avoid driving right into that explosion. Hopefully, with a piloting.
Yep, go for it.
Oh, please. This is like, I keep rolling shit on these.
You can do it. Yes.
Nice. Perfect. So yes, you see what's going on in time to avoid it completely, and in the process also pass another one who had slowed down to not, get engulfed in the explosion.
All right.
And that's another success. All right, Tess, so you are going towards the end of the you see, like, the outcropping that he mentioned was not that hard to find. He
Right.
basically went look for the highest spot, and that's what you did. And you see that these guys, there's 3 of them, and they've offloaded their backpacks and are toying with something that shines in the sunlight.
Can I try and roll a perception check to see if I can figure out what they are?
Sure.
I am not the techiest, but we'll see how that goes for me. Oop. No idea.
It glints. It looks metallic. That's about it.
Those don't look good. Dash, do you have any idea what those are? I guess it's explosives or guns. Or explosive guns.
Those don't look like guns. Those look like explosives. But you know what? They move.
They want.
Yep, they're turning them on, and these look like tiny droids.
I knew it was Star Wars terrorists.
Wanna go fight people?
That sounds exciting. Sure.
Tess makes sure her helmet's secured and
Yeah, at this point
Jesus.
you've gotten close enough that you spot Dash hiding from these guys, and he's
Yeah.
got his pistol out.
There's no cover, is there?
I mean, you guys are pretty much
Well,
in
Between us
like,
and them.
yeah, they're higher up on the outcrop, so there's like rocks to hide behind. That's basically why you haven't been spotted. Also, they're looking towards the tracks to see who's coming in first, so they're not really worried about what's going on behind them at this point. All right, so you guys are approaching them, I'm guessing.
Dash, you take shots at them from a distance, and once they turn to you, I'll charge and try kicking their ass. Please don't shoot me.
Sounds like a good idea.
A terrible idea.
This is Dash. He
Fair
totally thinks it's a great idea. All right, Savor, you are unaware of what is happening up ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And you're in the front. You notice that the area that you're entering seems to have like areas that look like finer sand.
So like quicksand shit, or
Not quite quicksand, but it just looks a bit like most of the road has been like rocky. And now you're entering an area that has more spots that look more like softer sand and not like rock ground.
okay. I don't know how these bikes work, but is there a way when I'm getting closer to the softer sand that I could use the bike as I go by to like kick up some of the sand and basically try and blind the people behind me for a second?
Yeah, you could probably do that. I think that would be a mechanics check to kind of like time, like making the exhaust
A burst of
go.
thrust as you.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
thrust as you go past these like areas of soft sand, so that
Okay.
it
Or
You
hitting the height
intentionally
controller.
spray it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be
Okay.
a mechanics check.
Again, fuck.
All right. So you start going forward and try to do this. And your bike doesn't react quite as you expect it. And it kind of swerves and the sand, and you hit like the patch of sand itself instead of going like beside
Okay.
it. And you hit this patch and sand just sprays up all around you,
Okay.
covering your vision, and that is a failure. You can choose to either take the failure or go down on the condition track.
I'd rather take the failure at this point.
Okay.
I don't want to go down on the condition track.
All right. Okay, Hirani, you're nearing the end of the canyon now.
Neat. All right.
You still have, I believe, 2 people ahead of you.
How's visibility after that explosion? Is it smoky?
It's pretty smoky, yeah. But you're ahead of the explosion, and most of the smoke is behind you.
Ah, shit. I was gonna try my stealth trick again. Fuck.
Yeah, no, this is probably not going to work. These guys are also quite ahead of you, because they're closer to Savor.
All right. Let's see. What else do I got to use? Well, no, that doesn't really make sense. My trained skills are, I kid you not, endurance, initiative, piloting, stealth, and use the force.
I mean, you could try selling me an initiative roll.
That doesn't really make sense to me, though. I mean,
Taking the
Right.
initiative and trying to go forward faster.
but that sounds to me more like a piloting check than initiative.
Trying to gun it for, riskier opportunities than your opponents are willing to take, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Or you
React-
could try revving your engines and doing a mechanics check to get more speed out of your...
My mechanics is terrible, though. I'm really not looking forward to mechanics check. I am going to do what Harani hates to do. Is there any way that she can go with her gut and check out which of the opponents is the the weakest, the easiest to overtake, or the
So you want to use the force to read the situation.
yeah. Only
Alright.
with her, it's not using the force because she doesn't believe in the force.
Yep,
Oh,
go
God.
for it.
Please don't fuck me over. Please don't fuck me over.
All right, that is just enough to succeed, and you trust your instincts and get a success.
Is it possible yet to give that success to Spore?
Not really at this point.
All right, because at this point I'm not gonna win, but Spore would. So
Yeah, I mean, you do catch up with them, and right now you are catching up with people in first place. So right now you have Savor, the 2 speeder bikes that are behind her, and you. So while right now you cannot, up to now, you've basically gotten out of the canyon. You're on phase 2 now, and have the 2 opponents that are struggling to overtake Savor are in view.
Is
So
Farfoblin one of them?
I don't know. Roll me a d100.
Alright.
would it be a D10? I mean, because there's only 10.
Shh.
Just say.
Yep, he's
Yes!
there.
My boy Cart Foblin.
Fart Goblin.
So yeah, well, right now you can't, but you could eventually now try messing with the 2 that are trying to catch up to Savor.
Neat.
All right, so Tess, you and your friend are approaching these guys.
Alright, well, I told him to shoot and I'll charge, so. While they turn and look at him.
All right, he has this sporting blaster rifle. I do not have him statted up to attack.
Sorry. Murder is always the answer.
Murder is always the answer. Is
I
it
don't
just
think Flint would agree with that.
base attack bonus plus what?
Blaster is Dex. Minus the range
He's-
modifier.
Okay, so it would just be a +3 to his attack. Holy shit.
Wait, what? Just a +3? That doesn't sound right.
Does weapon proficiency not give you anything?
Weapon proficiency removes the -5.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right, so then he's got a +3 to his attack.
I mean,
Oh, 'cause
that's
he's shooting
not
into melee?
unrealistic.
He's not in melee yet.
He's not a melee, right?
That's
Yeah,
all
no,
his-
his base. Yeah, he's just a base attack bonus +3.
Huh. What's his Dex modifier? 0 then?
Yep.
Okay. This is gonna suck.
Oh, hey,
This
Oh,
didn't suck that bad.
he's rolling pretty well. That hits, and the blaster rifle does 3d8.
Yeah, something like that.
Actually, I'm not going to roll with damage this time, because we're trying to keep this to a skill challenge. So I'm just going to say he manages to shoot one of the guys, distracting him and making him fall off the ledge. So there's 2 left.
Alright, I'm gonna charge a motherfucker and
Go
slash
for
him
it.
and try to also knock him off the ledge, I guess. I need a +2
Mhm.
because I'm charging.
All right, not quite enough. You do hit him.
Yeah.
You wound him, but he is still on the ledge, and now he's going for his weapons, and they're going to attack.
Hello again.
I believe I have some enemies statted up, so I can grab that first.
And I get a -2 to my reflex defense for that, but I have a damage soak.
All right, so the guy that you just attacked is going to try and hit you. He's just going to try and attack you with his combat gloves.
Okay.
He's gonna try and pimp slap her.
Yep. So that is, I believe, is that iron damage with combat gloves?
I don't think so.
Stun damage? Okay, so you take 5 damage. That does hit, right?
Yeah, that does hit, don't worry.
Okay.
It doesn't do anything, but
Yeah. You're already in battle, so
yeah.
you don't feel a thing. The other one is gonna shoot at Dash. Oh, hell yeah, he is. Alright, so he hits Dash. Not looking too good, but at least you've got these guys distracted.
Yep.
You do notice that because they had already activated a couple, you notice that 2 of the silvery droids are floating down towards the track.
Crap.
All right. Savor,
Mhm.
what you up to? You started falling behind because of the sand trap that you fell into.
Yeah.
So one of the guys is like right beside you and about to pass.
Yeah, fuck that shit. I'm gonna try and push my bike ahead and swerve in front of him so he can't fucking pass me.
Okay,
'Cause fuck
so
him.
do you want to do it as a deception or as a acrobatics check?
I'll try acrobatics this time.
Okay, and you manage it. You stop him from passing in front of you. That is a success by more than 5, so you can either get a success or remove a failure.
Removing the failure.
All right, so you pull ahead and stay in the lead. Hirani, you just saw this happen. You're pretty much right behind the second guy.
All right. Shit, that is like one of my lowest skills. All right. I am going to Okay, Hirani's going to bring her bike up next to the guy in front of her and try to like bump his bike, but keep hers steady.
Okay. I could see that being an endurance, just to like keep your force yours to stay steady while bumping into his.
All right.
Okay, just enough. You bump into him, he wobbles and starts to fall behind, and you get a success.
All right.
Not quite enough to bump him into the ground, but
All right.
It distracts him.
Yep. All right, Tess. What's these guys already attacked you? Yep, you can do what you
Okay.
want to do.
So, he just punched me and did literally nothing. I have an unknown number of backup, and I am clearly willing to beat people to death with a sword. Does that give me a bonus to intimidating him?
It wouldn't give you a bonus, but it would let you roll an intimidation.
He punched me in the face and it didn't do anything. Just
Well, it's not so much it didn't do anything, it's that it didn't affect you.
Well,
Because,
that's the same
you
thing.
still take the punch, but you
Yeah.
don't react right now.
that's more horrifying.
Yes,
But yes,
actually,
you
that
can-
is true.
You can
punch-
you can roll me an intimidation, and we'll see what happens. I mean, it'll depend
Disable
on
his
your roll.
droids and stand down.
Where the fuck is it?
Persuasion.
Okay. Yeah, the guy is kind of impressed that this little girl is just got punched in the and didn't react at all, and he's like, I can't stop them once they're already gone. But he starts to stop the others that he had been working on. The other guy shoots again at Dash. Who will shoot back? Do you want to roll for him? D20
Yeah,
plus
sure.
3. All right. So that hits Dash again, and that was ouchie. Dash is quite hurt by that, and his shot goes wild. And that seems to bolster these guys, because now the backup that they can see you have has kind of disappeared down behind the rock again, because he just went like, ow, and fell back.
Men.
Okay, Savor, you are in the final stretches. You can see ahead, and that there's a second shorter canyon, and where the stands are, like, you can see the spires of the city as you're like heading back towards the city. You can also see something else. There seems to be a funnel of sand, as a not quite a sandstorm. What do you call those, like, tornadoes of sand that suddenly pop
Dust
up?
Devil?
Daredevil, Dust
Dust
Devil.
Devil.
Dust Devil, not Daredevil.
It's okay.
You see a Dust Devil that seems to be heading for the track ahead of you.
Does it... I actually knew that. Like, how big are we talking?
The kind that you don't want to run into.
Okay. So I do want to avoid it, but is there any way that I can position myself so basically if these fuckers want to easily pass me, they'd have to go through it?
Okay. Well, you could either, I mean, you could do a perception check to keep an eye out on it. Because it's up ahead still, so it's not quite ready to do any fancy maneuvers about it.
Fuck, my perception is shit.
Hey, but you can re-roll.
Yeah, but if my perception's shit...
Also, I'm behind you.
I mean,
don't
is there
think
any?
someone realizes that.
No, she's so concentrated.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was
I'm
there?
just. I don't think. Because there's no one. The guy. The guys are still just behind me, right?
Yeah. You could try rolling a knowledge tactics and use like that to figure out the best approach to what's coming up.
Fuck, I'll try that. It's not much better, but nope.
Nope.
That's it.
That's a failure.
Can I? Fuck, I'll go down one on the condition track. I don't want to get that failure.
Okay. All right. So you push ahead and you're not sure exactly the best way to maneuver around it, but at least you're keeping ahead. And you hear a bit of a whining noise from the engine that does not sound like it should be whining.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Hirani, you're behind, and you see that like Savor has slowed down a tad, and then you see what she sees up ahead, the Dust Devil coming towards the tracks. And you also notice that there seems to be a bit of smoke coming out of the exhaust of Savor's speeder bike.
All right. This is gonna be kind of dangerous. Can I try to do what I did last turn? Only this time, can I try to shove the guy right into that dust devil?
Okay.
Because I'm gonna end up in the dust devil. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it could be dangerous. It almost sounds like an attack. Do you have a melee attack? Because that would be more of a melee attack with the speeder against his speeder.
I don't have any melee attacks that I know of. I mean, like,
all right. So that would be. This would be strength, I guess. Strength plus your base attack bonus, so +5.
so strength is 2 plus my base attack bonus, which is 5. All right.
I think
So
you
it
can
did-
roll strength and then add 5 to the pop-up thing.
Okay. Just. Oh, it didn't pop up. So +5, 25.
25. All right. So yeah, that is a success, and not quite enough to get to remove a failure, but you do still get the success as you push this guy to the side, and he seems to be heading straight now for the funnel, which is still ahead. So he doesn't quite get hit by it now, and you manage to pull away with plenty of time to avoid getting into the funnel.
Am I at the
RIP
point where I can
Carfalfa.
give a success to Savor?
No, but you're helping reduce the amount of people that are around her, so there's that.
Well, yeah, but I mean, oh, damn it. I clicked it. Fuck. Oh, well, I got it.
All right. So Tess, you've pretty much managed to stand down the second guy. The first guy is hanging from the wall.
And there's
Trying
a third
not.
shooting at Dash.
And there's a third shooting at Dash and looking all smug and shit.
How
And
many-
he seems confident that he's taken down Dash enough that he's turning his gun towards you.
Is he far enough that I can charge him?
This ledge is pretty short, so no, I'd say he's about one. Actually, he might be 2 squares away from you.
Alright. And he's holding that blaster rifle with both hands, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, time to charge him and kick his ass, I guess.
All right.
God damn it. This is so bad. How many of those sparkly drones are out there right now?
2 managed to get away before you stop these guys from sending more out.
Ah, crepes. Alright.
Not enough, and you almost go down the side of the mountain. I mean, you catch yourself at the last second, but in the process, your swing goes wide, and he manages to sidestep you.
Fuck.
And now they're surrounding you, and these guys are gonna try and attack, take you down. Or not. Okay. Well, it's a good thing he's doing it with the gloves because that's just 10 damage.
Yeah, that would
So
have
I
been
take 2
scary if
damage?
it was.
Yeah.
God, that would have been bad.
I mean, I hate to point this out, but he just decked me really hard, and we just established that I was off balance at the top of a cliff.
You are definitely off balance for your next attack. But you're not going to fall off.
Okay.
You're just terribly off balance and we'll take a -2 to your next attack.
Right.
All right, so back to the race. Savor, you are pretty much neck to neck with the Dust Devil. And there's something on the tracks that kind of glinted, but you're not sure.
Oh God. Considering I saw something and I don't know this track and I don't know if it's something that everyone else would know and I should be avoiding, can I just do a perception so I can figure out what it is and know how to properly avoid it?
Sure.
I'm re-rolling that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you
God.
fucking serious?
Force point?
That's not gonna
I
fucking
mean, that's
do
still only
anything.
gonna be shit.
Are you fucking serious?
All right, well, that's a failure.
This is what I told you was gonna happen. This is what I told you was gonna start happening.
All right, so you try to look ahead, but yeah, there's a lot of dust going on because of the Dust Devil, and in trying to make sure you stay out of the Dust Devil, you can't really tell what's going on ahead on the road. And Hironi, it's your turn. You notice that Savor has slowed down, and the guy that you didn't shove into the Dust Devil is catching up and looking to pass her.
Well, shit. God, this guy is he just won't quit. All right. Can I attempt to overtake him with like a burst of speed? Maybe taking the initiative?
Sure.
That was my attempt to take an initiative roll, by the way.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Come on. 21. Oh my god. Exactly.
Yep. So yeah, you managed to push forward, and actually in your haste of speed, and because you're being a bit more reckless than Savor, you actually passed Savor, and you are now in the lead with a success. But this guy does not seem to be letting up, and he is trying to pass both of you.
Wish I had my gun.
I wish I could actually use my pilot skill.
I
know,
probably. I mean,
Ugh.
all right,
I
Tess.
haven't fucking used it.
So,
You have a couple times.
I mean, I've used my
Yes.
pilot skill, but it's always been shitty.
Yeah.
Every
My
time I
capable-
use it,
More than I have.
it's been like an 8 every time. It's like, what?
Tess?
An 11 in that.
trying. Am I capable of using my column right now?
You would probably have to forfeit attacking this round, but yes.
Shit, okay.
Hironi, there are sparse and explodey things on the track. Watch out for them.
I actually didn't understand most of that.
Hironi, there are sparkly, explodey things on the track. Watch out for them.
Oh, sparkly exploded things. Okay. Ronnie's like, wait, what?
And then I'm gonna try and get my balance and brace to be punched again.
All right, so you're gonna just fight defensively, basically.
That's what that's called. I'm doing that, and
Yep.
I'm not making any attacks this turn, including attacks of opportunity. I don't have melee
So-
defense, so that's not a thing I get. But I get +5 to my reflex defense.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, so these guys are gonna try attacking you again. The guy behind, oh, these guys only have blaster rifles. Never mind. Yep. So this guy's gonna still try, punching you.
Yeah,
You
that
feel
hits.
it,
Yeah.
but
Hits by 1. That also hits. I'm down.
that would be you have a bit of soak left, don't you?
3. I had 20 HP.
Oh God. Okay, so you kind of like brace yourself for the combat for the punch, but then you get the blaster rifle goes off and you go back to darkness. Hey, at least you managed to tell Hirani what was going on.
I'm gonna spend a force point to not fucking die here.
Yeah, so instead of falling off the cliff to your death, you just crumple to the ground.
Whew.
And Dash hears their snickers, and he's gonna try and do something heroic and daring and
Dashing.
dashing and shoot these guys. Oh hell yeah! And he takes down another one. Okay. So Hirani and Savor. So Hirani has taken the lead, at least for now, and you know what's going on ahead. So
All right. I suppose I pass Savor and I can't. Can I still see her?
I mean, she's right behind you.
I don't know. I guess I mime explodey things as I go by.
How do you do that?
I don't know.
I think
You could
it might
probably
be, but
scream it, like.
I don't know. Can she hear me over the speeder bikes? And I have a helmet on that covers.
yeah.
face,
I mean, you could
so-
always try like pointing them out.
Can I see them? That's the problem. And
Yeah. Give me a perception check.
oh shit! I don't want to give you a perception check, especially if it counts as one of my
I
failures.
know how you feel.
Shit! If this counts as one of my failures, I'm gonna be so pissed. Shit.
Okay, you do not see them.
So no, I don't see them, and wow. So I know they're there, but I don't know where they are.
You don't know where they are, and now you're trying to point out to Savor what's going on. So you're gonna have to give me an acrobatics to keep, from falling while gesturing wildly on your bike.
Okay. I see how this goes. I see. Come on, please. I have a 6 in this. Just give me. No! Force point. Force point. Wait, that would be is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Please give me a 6 in this. Please give me a 6 in this. No!
All right, the good news is this was an easy check, so the DC was 16, not 21. So you managed to succeed,
Oh, yay.
so you get another success.
All right.
Savor, you're not quite sure what's going on, but she's gesturing wildly as she pulls ahead of you. And you guys are basically now neck to neck with the Garm, why don't you give me another D100 to see if the guy that is with them is the one you bet on? Yes, it is. Isn't that the same thing you rolled last time?
That's exactly the same as last time.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Okay, so 3 people neck to neck. Savor, what are you gonna do?
Savor just wants to push forward with her bike. Like she didn't spot the thing. She doesn't know what it is, so she's just gonna focus on getting ahead
And piloting the hell out of that speeder?
basically. It's just,
All right.
I don't know what else for her to do at this point. It's just straight away.
Yep.
There's 2 other people.
Yep. I mean, the pressure's on again because you're not necessarily first anymore. So, all right. That is 2 successes.
Okay, question. Can I take the 1 success and remove a failure?
Yep.
Or okay. Because I'd rather get rid of that failure because it scares me.
Okay. So you are neck to neck with Hirani. technically you need success, 0 failures to get first place. So yeah, but your Hirani's almost at 9 successes. So so yeah, in terms of this, it'll probably be whoever, because you're neck to neck, it might come to Hirani winning first. Despite that, we'll see. I mean, it'll depend also on who gets the
explosions.
Yeah. Because neither of you have spotted the exploding
Nope.
things.
Has the guy riding beside us reacted at all, or has he not noticed? That's
Also-
you don't know.
Could they hear the shots?
over the
speeder
engines?
bikes, I don't think so. And given their perception roll so far, I don't think they've
That's
seen
fair.
you guys fighting on the ridge. They're just too concentrated on the road ahead.
Well, R.I.P. Tess.
Yeah,
No,
Tess is down.
Dash is there.
Dash is. Do you wanna roll for Dash?
Yeah, sure. 1d20 plus 3.
Mhm.
I was gonna ask if I could use a destiny point on my next turn, but there's no more next turns.
That is not enough. I would say use a force point, but that's not gonna help.
Yeah.
So yeah, he misses, and these guys will try to take him out. He does have cover from where he's standing. So that will give them a.
Actually, that is a good question from Zio there.
Oh.
The two kids disappear, presumably to fuck, and then gunshots start going off.
Oh, well, there's a lot of noise going on here.
That's true.
Maybe she's just like really into.
Did Dash call for backup when Tess went down, though?
He probably calmed Leela, but she's in the stands, so it's gonna take her a while to get there.
Okay, I'm just more of please tell me help is coming.
Shit.
All right, so they miss. That's a good thing. Dash is still up.
Yeah, that wasn't Dash's attack. Don't worry.
Oh, I was like,
That was that was them attacking Dash.
I forgot he's not programmed. I was like,
Yeah. I just have his sheet. Okay, so he's doing good. All right, so you two are neck to neck. How am I gonna do this? I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make both of you roll perception checks.
Why do you do this to us?
This is not going to count as a failure if you don't get it. This is just to know. All right, so Savor, you see something glint on the road ahead. Hirani, you do not.
I'm gonna blow up.
What do you do, Savor, since you spotted it?
I made mind me hand explosion things at you. So there was
Okay,
that.
so Savora's at least going to, since they're neck and neck, she's just gonna shout, "Is the shiny thing ahead the explodey thing? If so, it's ahead." I mean,
That's
there's not
a
much-
lot. That's a lot to say. And
Shiny,
6 seconds?
6 seconds worth.
shiny
of
thing
combo.
ahead.
yeah, no, I'm just saying it's a lot harder to understand that much that much in the fact that there's a lot of noise going on. And
Shiny thing
Hirani.
ahead, I can get.
Weird shiny
Yeah.
thing ahead.
All right, so what are you doing about it?
I don't know what it is. I want to avoid it.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I just want to try and swerve around it and not hit it.
Okay, you can give me a piloting check. Okay, so that is a success. And you swerve to the right, and Hirani, you do not see it. You just know that there's something ahead, and Savor has swerved away from you.
Well,
What do you want to do?
I'm going to follow her path and swerve around the invisible object I can't see, but I know the general direction because she was there. Hopefully I
Mhm.
don't blow up now. piloting check. Please, come on, I have +11. Come on. No! Oh my god, I have to fuck up!
Okay, so you swerve as well, but you're a bit slow because of this whole thing, and you don't see it coming, and something explodes right beside your speeder, and your speeder starts to short out. That was an ion pulse.
Shit.
And your speeder starts to slow down, and the guy that was neck to neck with you guys, who easily avoided it, passes you.
Oh my
And-
god, he knew
and-
about it!
Yes, and you take a second failure. As you fall
Cart
behind.
Foblin! You
Cart
bastard!
Goblin, you ass!
Cart Goblin, why? You deserve
my
your name.
speeder is... since I'm not, like, out yet, my speeder's still going, it's just shorting, right?
It's you still have a lot of
I'm punching him in the neck next turn.
Wait, don't you have? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, well, you don't have an ion pistol.
all right, so that happened.
Fuck him.
Let's see what happens with do you think Dash saw you go down, so he really wants to
Big damn hero.
yeah, I think he's gonna try and shoot this guy again. And fails. And as he peeks out, this guy is gonna attack him back. Nope.
Wow, this is
Shootout.
an exciting combat.
This
Pew
is a
pew,
normal
pew pew.
Star Wars combat.
Yep. No one.
Yeah.
You know, when there's no heroes, no one hits anyone. All right, so more pew 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 going on up there. Savor, you've managed to avoid one and are now probably a bit wired in terms of there's probably more of those things.
Yes.
And also you notice out of the corner of your eye some blaster fire happening on the ridge.
Okay, I don't know what's going on there, but considering there were explosions just now, I'm assuming whoever set those bombs there is the one doing the shooting. So there's nothing I can worry about there. But did I see this motherfucker easily avoid the bomb like he knew it was there?
Well, I don't think you necessarily saw him easily avoid it, but he seems to have avoided it and is still neck to neck with you.
Okay.
And you notice that Savor fell behind. I mean, Hirani fell behind.
Okay. Well, considering I didn't hear like screams of agony, I'm
Mhm.
going to assume she isn't like dying, and I'm just gonna focus on the race because.
Yep.
I just want to push ahead of this guy. I don't want him to fucking win. Like, fuck this guy. He's been harassing me the whole entire fucking race. Fuck this guy.
All right. Well, you already did 2 piloting checks in a row. So
Can I
you,
swerve ahead of him like with acrobatics?
yeah, you can do that. Nice. Yep, that's a success.
Just one?
Would that have been an easy check?
There's no like difficulty. There's no obstacles
It's
to
just
hinder
flat
really.
ground.
There's
Right now.
there's no obstacles. That's true. All right, I'll give you it as an easy. So that would be yeah, that would be a 16. So that would be 2 successes.
Which gets her 9 and no
And-
failures.
And no failures. Yep. So you swerve around him,
Yes!
and come into the final area and just speed right in front of his face and cross the finish line.
What a great day for
Oh,
everybody who
shit.
isn't Tess.
After
Give
this
me
race,
more
I'm
money.
kicking his ass.
All right, so there is still this guy behind,
Yes.
and Hirani, your bike's shorting out. You're
All
gonna
right.
have to fix that if you want to cross the finishing line.
Actually, I'm not even worried about winning at the moment. Right now, I just want to beat his ass. So, Can I make an acrobatics check to jump onto his bike?
Okay. That I will tell you right now is not going to be an easy. It's not going to be a medium. It is going to be a moderate DC.
Ah, shit. All right. Well, how close
You-
is he to me then? Can I just?
You probably
He's
stand a
ahead.
better. You probably stand a better chance trying to like kick at the directional veins or something on the front of his bike.
Yeah. How close is he to me?
He's in front of you, so the best you could hope to do is ram your speeder bike into his.
Right up
Yeah,
his
I'm
ass.
These aren't our speeder bikes.
Oh yeah.
My
Right.
speeder bike is shorting the fuck out anyway. So
I can't fix it.
yeah, you can fix this too. I'm going to ram my speeder bike into his speeder bike. Would that be an endurance check?
Acrobatics to stay on, maybe.
Well, I could see it as an endurance check to keep the yours steady enough to not like blow up in the process.
Oh god, this will be fun if it does blow up. Savori would be so Savor would be so pissed. Please
Okay,
let me take his out too, please.
Okay, so
Please.
you guys are just seconds away from crossing the finishing line, and instead of going to try and swerve around him, you ram your speeder right into his exhaust, and your the front what did you just call them, Garm?
Directional veins.
The directional vanes of your bike give out as they slam into the open exhaust of his bike. Give out, and you swerve to the side and go flying.
Oh,
Your
come on.
your
You didn't let me
bike-
take him out too.
your bike skids on the ground, and you're basically on the ground, but at least you're fine. This guy, however, just had something pushed into his exhaust port, and I'm gonna have to roll to see if he manages to keep his bike. What do you guys think it should be? A mechanics?
It's not mechanics because he's
No,
not
it's
trying
not
to fix it.
mechanics.
It would be
I'd say
acrobatics or endurance, honestly.
Yeah, I think.
Whatever he's
yeah.
shittier at, please.
Probably endurance.
Okay, he's not trained in those things. So, let's see. Endurance would be constitution. Nope, we're going to make it an acrobatics check.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh god.
Can I narrate the horrible things that are about to happen to him?
Please be my guest.
Okay, so Hirani's bike rams into him. The directional veins on hers crumple, and it knocks him off to the side. It makes his bike buck, throws him right off of it. He slams into the boards along the side, landing on his thigh, which shears right along the guardrail, slicing that clean off and leaving him to tumble across the ground, spraying blood everywhere.
Oh god.
His bike continues on its trajectory past the finishing line without a pilot and rams right into the protective stands that are between the audience and the track, and goes up in a big explosion.
Nice.
Please tell me none of the audience was hurt.
No,
Okay.
there's
They've
protections
got
for
force
that.
fields.
Yeah. And Hirani, as you try and pick yourself up off the ground, you see the other people that were behind past the finishing line.
Yeah. I got
I
what
love
I
speeder
want.
bikes.
I will point out, considering her bike had just taken hit by an ion bomb, she can totally use the fact that she lost control.
Yep. And I mean, the fact that you had your bike was malfunctioning is probably why it didn't explode, because you were already losing traction because of that. So at least your bike didn't explode.
Oh, thank gods, I might be able to fix it.
Yeah, the front of it is probably going to need some very big repairs, but. And Savor, you have won the race.
Oh my god, that was scary.
So that's 10,000 credits for the winner.
Okay.
And 5,000 for what I won from her wedding.
And yeah, you won 5,000. Wasn't it times 5?
Yeah, I bet
Yeah,
1,000
and-
on Savor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And Leela and Dash also win the same amount.
Except for now you're unconscious and all that shit.
No, it's okay. I'm
Yep.
smiling. I know what's up. Everything
All
worked
right.
out exactly as I intended.
I mean, it could have gotten worse if they had gotten off more of those things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't have just been one ion bomb going off. All right. So I need a break to, get my throat
Holy
parched.
shit.
And then the dinner.
And then the dinner.
Well, I'd like to point out we still have to resolve what's happening with Tess and Dash.
Yes. We'll do that when we get back.
Okay. We'll be right back.
And we are back.
Hello.
Hirani's player Lee had to step out, so we're down one player. But yes, we're gonna end the scene of the race, and we're gonna switch to the awkward dinner now.
Because it's totally going to be awkward.
All right.
The
So where
lovely
we
dinner.
last left off with Rasan's side, Rasan was in the kitchen, and he'd been left there by his aunt, who had gone to talk with her husband, and Rasan had heard whispering and him going, "What?"
Yep.
So what's
Yep.
Rasan up to?
Well, he's really trying not to eavesdrop, because that would be something that would be terrible if they came back for. So is Zara still there?
Zara is, was she helping you guys in the kitchen?
I
she
don't
was.
remember. Okay.
No, she was watching the races.
She was watching the TV, not necessarily the races. The races haven't started quite yet.
Yep.
She was watching some inane local programming. Okay, so you're alone in the kitchen. You were helping your aunt with the food.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you could just continue doing that.
Yeah, he's probably going to just busy around the table, making sure everything's set and everything. And then if Zara gets bored and winds up wandering in, he's going to entertain her.
Okay.
Otherwise, he'll just take out his data pad and sit and wait. Play around on it.
Starny the Rancor. Okay. The conversation, it doesn't last too long, so you don't really get to tweak with your data pad, but you're pretty much finishing whatever it was you were doing. When she comes back into the kitchen. Actually, no, she doesn't come back into the kitchen. Your uncle comes into the kitchen.
Oh, lovely.
And he's just got this stern look on his face, and he looks down at you, kind of like down his nose. Frown on his face.
All right, I'm going to straighten up, give him the most friendly smile I can manage, and introduce myself. And say, I apologize for not seeing you the last time I was here.
No, you wouldn't have. I was busy at work. And exactly why should I believe that you are indeed Rasanvis?
I mean, I could pull up my medical file.
Your medical file. He kind of stares at you and shakes his head. You do look like your father.
Yeah, I
but
was
you
a little
could also
surprised.
be faking that and maybe painting yourself to look like that.
I mean, if you're really that skeptical, I could always just take a wet towel or something.
Tell me something, Rasan.
Hmm.
What are you doing in my house?
Look, I grew up by myself my entire life. Couldn't trust anyone. Didn't think I had any family anywhere. And for a while, I guess I was okay with that. But the fact that when I left where I grew up, I found my father's name. And that led me to be curious about what could have been. Yes. As corny as that sounds. Can't fault me for wanting to know where I came from.
The could have beens will not happen. You understand this.
And I'm not trying to, but part of me is still a child. And I still want to at least see what could have been before I move on.
That would possibly explain your first visit. Though I believe you're more than could have beens, you do seem to have stolen quite a lot of money from my wife.
Stolen? I didn't ask for it, and I didn't take it. It was given, and I already offered to pay it back.
you can pay it back.
Why do you look so surprised? It's not like I'm not working.
Really, what do you work as?
At the moment, I'm a member of a crew of a ship. Most of the stuff we do is kind of boring, running errands. I do system maintenance, that kind of stuff.
Give me a deception check.
He's not really lying, he's just being vague.
I know, but boring would not be a descriptor I use to explain what you guys do. Okay. That's insanely high. What the fuck?
I have a 10 in deception and I rolled a 17. What did you expect?
Yes, that is how math works. Okay, he believes you. And why have you come back now? Is it not quite working out? Is there something
No.
you need?
Aside from checking in, we had business in the area and our ship needed repairs too, so.
So you want to interact more with us?
Sorry, I've never had anybody I could even consider just going to visit without a reason. I guess that was naive of me.
Very well. I guess you've already been invited, and I'm not going to be picky about it, so you can stay for dinner.
And
I want to know more about you myself.
All right, can't promise it'll be the most entertaining. Well, some of it might be amusing. You do get into some pretty awkward situations, this notwithstanding.
And do watch yourself, because I do want my daughter at the table.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her in a while, and I do not get to visit home very often.
I have no intention of scarring a young child.
Very well. He leaves, and your aunt comes back in, looking kind of nervous, a bit like hunched down. Gives you like a small smile. That went well then?
Better than I expected. I'm sorry to make things so awkward.
Well, given the times, he's suspicious.
Of everyone, as he should be. Honestly, I was a bit surprised that you accepted the fact that I was related to you at all so easily. I expected you to be more like him in that aspect.
I think it has to do with the fact that you do look like my brother. I saw you, your voice, it's just, it's hard not to see him in you, I guess.
The good parts, I hope, not the bratty parts. And I'm gonna try to smile.
He was a Jedi. He wasn't very bratty.
Rasan's just kind of look kind of like a little mischievous. Jedi are people too, or were. No one's perfect. I don't believe that everybody doesn't have a bit of a brat in them.
Maybe. There is also, well, you were supposed to grow up here with us, and I will admit to feeling guilty about that as well. That's why I gave you the money.
And I still meant it when I said I could pay it back. I don't want to be a mooch, and I refuse. That's why I won't ever ask for it.
I appreciate the thought, but it would make me feel better knowing that I at least helped you out a bit in what I could. So I don't need that returned. We may not be rich, but I think we can do without a few thousand credits.
Thanks.
Now help me finish putting this on the table and we'll have dinner.
All right. And then Rasana is going to busy himself, feeling surprisingly not as awkward as he thought he'd feel.
Yeah. Gavarl is sitting in the living room area while you guys set up the table and eventually you all sit down to eat. He asks kind of, pleasantries mostly, what the name of your ship is, your crew, like who's on your crew, how do you get along with them, how long have you been doing this, what you did growing up, how you survived the crash.
Rasan actually has no fucking idea how he survived that crash. In the back of his head, he's kind of thinking it might have been like a whoops, use the force thing, but he wasn't sure anything about that, so he's not even going to bother mentioning it, especially because mentioning force sensitivity to anyone would be a mistake, even if they're related. But he'll probably tell the more entertaining stories. He'll give nicknames. He'll probably call Savora Subby and Tess Red.
Mm-hmm. So small crew on a freighter doing freighter work?
Mostly. I mean, we explore a bit too in salvage. I suspect at least some of the people might want us to do more archaeological stuff, but not sure how well that'll work out.
How did you end up on Rusan?
Well, actually, out of character. Oh shit, I forget. They wound up. What was kind of a last minute choice, I guess. It was a first stop, and we had some business here, I guess.
Where are you staying on planet?
Right now we're just in the docking bay. Like I said, we have some work to do on our ship. There's a bit of a mess.
I heard there was a bit of a mess the first time you showed up as well. Explosions.
Yeah.
There was an investigation.
Yep.
What was that about?
Not quite sure, but we did have someone who was less than flattering.
Oh.
I guess we've got to do better background checks when we hire somebody else for the crew.
Ah, someone on your crew then.
Yeah, thankfully, it was taken care of.
I see. Give me a perception check.
Lovely. Come on! Oh, come on. Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to...
I mean, you see that there's like speeder bike racing on the.
I didn't realize that was still on. Oh god.
No, that just started. Like it's starting in the background. You guys are besides Zara, your cousin. The adults aren't really paying that much attention to the TV. It's the HoloNet broadcast itself. You don't see anything in particular that catches your eye besides the fact that it seems to be a local race thing going on because you recognize like the city in the background and stuff. So while he lets off a bit after his wife kind of, tries to shift the conversation a bit, and you learn that, basically what you already knew about him, that he works as a senatorial bodyguard off of Coruscant, mostly when the senator he works for is in the Outer Rim areas and going to places, and also protecting, the ships that are that work for the senator and so on. So he's not always working directly with the senator,
But he's working for her.
but he's working for her as part of her
Okay.
retinue, and mostly as security guard. So
Mhm.
yeah, and you can tell from his build and everything that this is a pretty well built soldier
Yep.
who could probably take you down with his eyes closed.
Yeah, well, it's a
Well,
good
I
thing
mean,
Rasan has no intention. Rasan actually looks kind of a little bit impressed because in this era, anyone alien, even if it's in the Outer Rim working for a senator, that's probably not easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he doesn't mention it like up front, but you get the idea that especially your aunt seems to be proud of that fact and kind of mentions how he's been so invaluable for her retinue that even after sentiments started shifting in Coruscant, he was kept aboard, even though he had to take a bit of a back working in the background instead of in the Senate itself,
Right.
which he did used to do.
Mhm.
And that kind of put a bit of a dent in their income, but not too much. So he still gets paid enough to afford this. And I mean, that's kind of why they live in the Outer Rim, because it's cheaper. This place
Well, and
is
because more alien friendly.
it is more alien friendly, and this place is pretty backwater, so it's mostly just prefab houses and not much else. So
Right.
the house was cheaper. They were able to buy a bigger place, and it is also away from what was the Clone Wars and all of that problem. So it was a safer environment for Zara, your cousin.
Mhm. So pretty much wise family moves all around.
Yeah. They basically moved here when she was pregnant, so that the girl could grow up in one spot that wasn't dangerous. So yeah, dinner's pretty fine. I mean, slightly awkward at times, but you notice that because you're being pretty straightforward with your answers and stuff, your aunt is happy, and your uncle seems to be at least warming up a bit. He doesn't seem quite as suspicious of you.
Yep.
However, you notice that he seems to have done a bit of investigating when you showed up the first time and knows quite a bit of what happened. So he asks about your expedition out into the desert.
It was an experience, probably one that I wasn't really prepared for. It was the first time we did that kind of thing, but it was really cool.
Where did you go?
Well, we went up to the valley.
The valley. The one with the statues.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a perception check.
Oh.
You notice he has a reaction to that.
Oh.
As if he recognizes where you were heading and possibly part of the significance of what's in that valley.
Yeah, we heard there might have been some old tech and salvageable parts down there. It was... Also, I was hoping to see if I could find any, history.
You found the Jedi Temple. Meddling with the Jedi stuff is not a very good idea, you know.
Yeah, I know. But...
If I were you, I would stay away from that valley.
I don't have plans to meddle with it too much.
Too much?
Well, there's more stuff down there. Sorry, I'm curious as a kitten sometimes. My mentor used to groan about it, and then he used to slip me something to distract me.
He kind of rolls his eyes, just like Darren.
I kind of hide a grin, because that's the first time anybody's ever really compared me at all to him. It's
To
like,
your father.
yep.
He mutters something else under his breath as he goes to eat more.
Oh. Can I roll perception to see if I hear what he says?
Sure.
Doubt it's going to work in my favor because, yeah.
Mentions something about both of them attracted by that stupid valley.
I'm just going to kind of snicker a bit under my breath. And go to eat. I'm surprisingly not as uncomfortable as I thought I'd be by this whole thing.
Yeah, he continues eating for a bit and goes, I would suggest you stay out of the valley for your own good and to not attract attention to it. Given the fact that you seem to have already piqued the interest of the Imperial presence here, which for now is thankfully very low, and I would like it to stay that way. It would not be wise if they find out what exactly is in that valley.
Yeah, well, once our ship is repaired, we'll be on our way. I don't see us coming back here too often, if only to not inconvenience.
That would be much appreciated. At that point, the holovid's showing the end of the race.
Oh. Should I even bother doing a perception check, or do I just like look over and see who's on the frickin'...
Like you hear like the starting of the cheering, and they cross the line, and what was the name you gave, Sabor?
Sorry, it was oh god, it was so far away.
It was like Savra or something like that. Savra?
Savri or something.
Savri, yeah. I think
Amusingly enough, it was almost identical to the nickname Rasan gave.
I know, but he didn't know
family.
that.
I know. I'm just pointing it out. It's really damn close to what he called Savor.
So Rasan is gonna hear that, and he's gonna like pause and look at the HoloNet or holovid. I'm gonna have to roll deception to see how great he reacts, or how great he holds his reaction. Yeah, he face palms.
Yep. So then Savri wins first place, and you guys and you turn as the explosion happens on the screen, and you see the one driver just get his leg cut off, and your cousin beside you goes like,
Wait, she's beside me?
yes.
Okay, I'm gonna cover her eyes. Yeah, like instinctively, nope. Can't see that.
Your uncle quickly changes the channel.
I'm resisting the urge to mutter a few choice words in Huttese under my breath again.
Those races get so very dangerous nowadays. I really need to press the council to shut that place down.
Well, good luck with that. I don't think it's going to be an easy thing to do. Especially not out
What did
here.
you say the pilot of your ship was? The name?
Oh gosh. Is he even going to bother trying to... Savi.
That almost sounded like the person who won first place.
It probably was.
I see. Well, seems like your team has made some money then.
Yeah. Good to know, because now they owe me a bit.
He looks at you. Well, as long as you don't need more money from us.
I won't. The only
Well,
thing I'll ever ask for is to stop by and visit. Sometimes, maybe. Even still, I won't ask for it often.
I suppose that can be arranged as long as you do not bring trouble.
Yeah, sometimes, maybe.
We already had enough dealing with your father.
Really? What was he like? Oh God, Rasan is going to probably bug him for as much info on his father as he could find.
He didn't interact too much with your father, but given that he worked for the Senate, he did he does actually know a bit more than your aunt, who is actually the sister. He mentions that your father was quite enamored with looking for old Jedi ruins and discovering long lost secrets.
Oh God, this has Rasan's full attention.
And that Darren was very interested in the Jedi Valley, but could never convince the Jedi Council that it should be reinstated as a place of importance. And that, yeah, he seemed to get into quite a bit of trouble here and there because, you know, ancient Jedi places, not the safest places to be.
Oh gosh. Rasan is probably listening avidly.
Yeah, and he mentions that, yeah, apparently that's how he met your mother.
Blink, blink. Oh,
She
I
was
don't-
part of Explore Corps.
I don't suppose you knew anything about her. I don't even know a name.
No, he never gave us the name. I just know that he was infatuated with this young girl who had worked with him a couple of times on exploring, and well, she wanted to keep exploring, and they eventually had to figure out what to do when she ended up pregnant. So it wasn't the best standing for either of them if they had kept you around. So they needed you.
Out of the way.
Yep.
No. And Jedi break the rules. Jedi have to hide it. Had. Well, guess I got the troublemaker gene from 2 instead of 1.
Yes, it would seem so.
Poor Subby. Now I feel a little bit more guilty than I should.
All right, and that ends the dinner, which was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't actually had like homemade food in a while.
Yep.
There's even dessert, which is like
Wait, what?
pastries.
God, Rasan's are wide, and he's very, very carefully and very, very politely eating it. Taking his time and savoring as much as he could, because I don't think he's ever had sweets.
Yeah, it's like a fluffy pastry with some kind of lemon curd center.
Ooh.
Your cousin
lemon.
pretty much wolfs it down. Space
Womp
lemons.
Womp lemons.
Blue lemons.
Blue lemons, there we go.
Blue lemons.
Nailed it.
Everything is blue in Star Wars.
Well, because why not?
Even the tacos.
Can we go to the planet of blue fruit someday?
Or maybe a blue moon.
Blue moon. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, and it's delicious. I mean, it has a slightly tangy flavor from the lemon, but yeah, it's good. Definitely better than anything you've tasted.
No, I'm looking entirely too satisfied now and very pleased.
Is there anything else you want to accomplish or talk about?
I mean, Now, do I want this to get more awkward or not?
After the dessert is done and they start serving drinks and calf and whatever, your cousin is sent to bed, and your aunt disappears upstairs to put her to bed.
Okay.
So you have a moment alone with your uncle again.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause and kind of glance at him a bit, trying to decide whether or not I should broach the topic that I'm probably gonna broach. So I'll admit that even though I didn't really know it was you, this wasn't the first time I've seen you. At least, not since we've gotten here.
You were in the hangar, weren't you?
That was the mess that I was talking about before.
What of it?
Just curious, you seem to know the people that we helped. Or at least look like you recognized their ship.
Yes, I did. I did recognize them. They've worked with the senator a couple of times. I thought of going to see how they were doing since I noticed that their ship was damaged.
Well,
That's all.
If it makes you feel any better, they're all doing fine. Looks like they didn't have anything but minor injuries. There was something that kind of made me a little curious. Also, out of character, let me just make sure this is right. Was that what was on their ship?
Not quite.
I know that there was something like that on their ship, and I thought I wrote it down on Rasan's datapad.
Chaos yet order.
Okay. I'm a bit curious about one of the things I saw on their ship. Probably doesn't have much importance, but I figure I might as well ask, just to see. And then he's gonna tap it into his datapad, and then flip the datapad around to show him. Just in case his aunt comes back, so he doesn't have to have her too deep in
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. I'm not trained in this, so we'll see how it... Oh!
Okay. He looks at the datapad. He looks at you again. How much can I trust you?
Well, I'd like to be honest and say that you can trust me like you would any other member of your family, but I have no idea about anyone else in the family, so... I'm fairly good at keeping secrets, if that's what you're trying to imply.
That was your mother's ship.
Oh. Rasan's eyes kind of go wide. It was? Did they know her?
Not all of them, but yes.
Could you tell me who? Which one?
The captain, Guido, knew your mother. His friend, the Duros male, the Duros bodyguard, Venus, also worked with your mother. She was part of the crew.
Rasan looks kind of like completely flat-footed about this, and he's just he just kind of runs his hand across the screen of his datapad. Eventually, he'll clear it, but Thanks.
They might be able to tell you more. I didn't really interact with your mother much, but that's why I know the crew.
I'll make sure to make a mention, although it... every time I thought that my life wouldn't be so complicated, it gets another step.
Indeed.
But at least I can say I can live without regrets.
Well, if you wanted to find out more about your family, then I guess that is one option you have available to you now. I would suggest being very careful with that information, however, because...
Yeah.
Well,
even
Explorer Corps...
Even the Explorer Corps are still technically...
They work for the Emperor now. So
At
it can
least
be a
what's
touchy
left of them.
subject. Yes, your mother died before the end of the war, so at least she didn't have to see that coming.
Well, thanks. I should get going, but I know I gave it to Auntie, but here's a secure comm line, just in case you ever need me.
He nods, takes it, files it away in his communicator. All right. Well, don't get into trouble. Don't get my family into trouble.
Can't promise the first, can promise the second.
He kind of leans forward. It's like, you put my daughter in any modicum of risk, and I will not hesitate to kill you.
Good. That's what I would expect. If that
And at
happens,
that point, your aunt comes into the room.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she's already put your cousin to sleep, and seems like things are wrapping up.
Yeah, Sana's just going to give her a bit of a little reluctant, almost shy hug. Shake his uncle's hand and be like, well, I gotta get back. Who knows what kind of stuff that they'll be getting into when I'm not there.
All right, well, can't believe I'm saying this, but it was nice meeting you, Rasan.
Same. I'm glad that at least somebody can have something a bit normal. And then he's gonna just turn and walk out.
All right. So we're gonna switch back to the others who are celebrating the winning. Savor, you're surrounded by reporters and lights and recorder droids just zooming about your speeder bike.
Savor is immediately panicking and oh god. This was a mistake. I should have lost. Fuck.
You see through the crowd, Leela trying to get to you. She has a smile on her face, but it's not that. It's a strained smile.
Oh god, this is probably not good. Also, can I see Hirani? Because I want to make sure she's okay.
Hirani is probably picking herself up off the dust. But yeah, she's behind.
Oh god. Yeah, Savor is just basically internally screaming right now at all these people around her. She's not taking off her helmet. There's no fucking way right now. And
Yeah, and there's a lot of like reporters trying to get questions out, and it's like, where did you come from? Have you had many speeder races before? Are you on some other tracks? Is this really your first time? Can you take the helmet off, the goggles, so we can get a nice picture of you?
Savor is struggling to keep up with the questions. Like, she's giving a no, I haven't been in a race before, but she's pretty specific on no, I'm not taking off the helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she doesn't know what to do in this situation. She doesn't like the fact she's basically surrounded, and she's trying to slowly shift her way towards Hirani because she does want to get to Hirani and make sure she's okay and move towards her friend because, like, okay, I don't like that look on her face.
Mm-hmm.
But she's struggling to try and get away without pushing people and possibly knocking them down. Like, she doesn't want to get too physical.
Yep. Okay. Let's see. What could we roll for trying to get out of the crowd?
Acrobatics?
Sure. Roll me an acrobatics.
It's the only thing I can think of looking at all of the options.
Yeah.
Nope. I rolled a 1.
Lovely. Lila's
I will say, considering the condition track is on the bike and not her, that's technically a 12, but it's still shit.
Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, she's gonna try and wiggle her way over to you. No, actually, she doesn't want to get into the crowd, but she's like, she tries to catch your eye and then kind of like gestures to you like you need to get out of there.
Or gets a little more pushy with trying to get through.
Hirani's not here. Yeah, Hirani is. I think she'd probably try to help you because she knows the dangers of you being spotted. So she's gonna come up and try and muscle her way into the crowd to kind of like do the bodyguard thing and push you out.
Yeah, and Savora is gonna be like, "Are you all right? Took a pretty nasty fall there. Also, that better not have broken the bike."
Well, the bike's gonna need some help, but yeah, she manages to push her way through the crowd to your side and kind of like grab your arm and like muscle her way through so that you can get past the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Also not saying much because, you know, she's not very talkative.
Mm-hmm.
But once you guys get out of the crowd, she's like, "Yeah, it'll need repairs, but they've already helped me take it off, and it's off the track, and it's with yours. We might want to, you know, let the pit people take care of that. Where's the rest? Where?" And by that point, Lila catches up with you two and goes, "All right, we have a problem."
Oh God! Wait. Where are the kids?
That's the problem.
God
Come
damn
on.
it! Yeah, Savora's just gonna follow her.
All right, so you follow her, and she takes you out of the stand area and through the milling crowd, and you see a stretcher being taken out of, and you notice some red hair on the stretcher.
Oh God!
And then you notice the dashes with them. He's got like a bandaged arm, like pulled against his side, and he's sitting on a crate, like getting attended to by like first aid people, space paramedics. And Tess is being carted off towards hover vehicle that has like lights blinking.
Okay, well, Savor wants to go with Tess, but at the same time, she thinks it's really bad if a redheaded kid and a Zabrak are seen together in this place, just because they're both wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna ask Hirani if she can go with Tess and make sure she's all right.
Okay.
Just pointing out that they shouldn't be seen together. It'll
Yeah.
bring questions.
Okay, yeah. Hirani nods. Is immediately worried by the fact that Tess seems to be out cold. So she goes, but at least, they don't have her covered with a sheet, so she's not dead, right?
Yeah, like Savor is like, call me later with info. It's just, going with her is a bad idea. But please
All right,
keep me
so
updated.
Hirani runs up and talks to the medics and lets them know that she's part of the crew and gets on the car. Not car, but
The same thing.
Speeder vehicle, hover vehicle, and
Emergency vehicle.
And they take off towards whatever hospital, local medical facility.
Palpatine Memorial.
Oh God. And Savor's gonna storm over to Dash and be like, "What the fuck happened?"
Ow. Okay, that hurt. Hi, congrats on the win.
What happened?
Well, that explosion that happened on the tracks?
Yes, Hirani is more.
Yeah, we were trying to stop that from happening. I mean, we mostly got it, and you notice now in the back there's there's actual enforcement, and there's 3 guys that are being taken into custody, and they're just glaring at Dash.
So
They were gonna shove more of those things on the track, so I think all in all we did pretty well. But Tess is
stupid, reckless, impulsive.
Yes.
I've been dealing with her for a while. Yes, she is like that.
She nearly got knocked off the ledge there.
I'm not surprised. I'm really not. I'll yell at her later. I mean, yes, thank you for making sure there weren't more bombs. But and Savor's gonna look at her friend at this point and be like, "They didn't call you for backup, did they?"
Oh, Dash did call for backup when they were already gone and shooting each other. All I could do from the stands was call in for help from the enforcement people, which I knew was risky because...
Yeah. But at the
point,
same time, they're focused more on the bombs.
Yeah. And they got there in time, at least, because this idiot here would not have taken much more shots. And she kind of slaps him upside the head.
Yeah, I can tell that.
But it seems like your Tess. No. What? Red. Seems like Red was alive, at least. Not sure how she's doing now, but I'm sure she'll be fine.
Sad thing is, I'm sure she'll be fine too. She's like that. But at least Hirani's with her and can keep me updated.
Yep. And hey, at least you won first place, so they'll be able to cover her medical bills.
So we're kind of stops for a second because she's still trying to process the fact she actually won that. Like, you can tell that she's still pretty hyped up on adrenaline from all of this that has happened. Like, she can't really stay still very much.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, yeah, I want to get out of here. There's too many cameras. Can we please get out of here?
Yeah, we should probably go. You should collect your money. I'm going to collect. We need to collect our bet winnings.
Mm-hmm.
You guys head towards the building and your comm starts going off. Beep, beep.
Oh, God. Savor answers it, assuming it's going to be,
Hirani.
Yeah. Hello?
Subby! So...
What did you just call me?
Nothing. Congrats on the win that I saw over the HoloNet.
Thanks.
Yeah, please tell me that Red wasn't on one of those speeder bikes.
She wasn't. Instead, she ended up in a fight with a group of guys who set bombs on the race, and she
What?
is now. Yeah.
Chris, damn! I'm gonna
Yeah.
trail off into a long string of Huttese curses.
Boy, calm down.
Oh, that's...
Harani is with her right now. She ended up getting taken down.
What?
She's on her way to a hospital right now. Harani's
What?
with her.
Griffiths.
I got there too late. She was already being carted off to a hospital. At least Harani's with her. We both have Harani's calm.
How much is this gonna cost? And by the way, you're paying.
I have no idea. Honestly, considering Tess is the one who got into this fight, she's going to be paying for at least part of it. But like I said, at least Ronnie's there. We're just getting the winnings so I can get out of here. There's way too many cameras. I hate this. And we'll have to bring the bikes back to the ship because they're going to need some fixing, especially Harani's.
Wait, you said bombs? Oh, right, Outer Rim races.
Uh-huh. Ion bomb. Luckily, the bike
Lovely.
is still in mostly one piece.
Great. Well, this hopefully won't make it on the news.
Why do you think I made sure Harani went with Tess and I didn't?
Yeah.
Listen, we're gonna grab the money, grab the bikes, and we're gonna be heading back to the ship.
I'm on my way back to the hangar too.
Okay. If you hear from Harani first for some reason, let me know.
Okay, I doubt she'll call me before you though, because I don't think she even realizes that I'm aware.
I know she might be wondering where the fuck you are. Mr. disappeared on us while we were walking towards the ship.
Sorry. Family
You're not
business.
sorry. Anyways, just see you later.
Bye,
Bye.
Subby.
Uh,
Click.
Yeah, so we'll just get our... Devorah's gonna go up to get her winnings.
All right,
Or
you
okay.
get your money back. Your money, 10,000. Your friends get 5,000 each. Dash and Leela. They do not have the chip that Tess had, so they cannot get Tess's winnings. So Tess will have to figure that out later.
But she will be able to get her winnings, right?
Yeah, she just has to come herself because
Okay.
they won't pay out to anyone else.
No, I get that. But as long as she can come back in a day or two and get her winnings.
Yeah, they do warn you that they're going to be closed tomorrow, and so she'll have to come back in 2 days too.
That's fine. As long as we know.
What happens when you wind up in a hospital?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you head out, and yeah, I mean, heading towards the ship, I guess.
Yep.
All right, so we'll end it there with you guys heading towards the ship as the sun is already set and it is getting dark. The end of a very, very, very eventful day.
Uh-huh. Sephora just wants to pass out right now. She's probably wobbly on her feet.
Yeah, now that the adrenaline is draining out of your system.
Well, good night, Internet.
Good night, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for
Bye.
watching. Hope you enjoyed.
Wave.